Heyo everybody and welcome back to DRG. Today we're going to be taking a look at some of my favorite builds. This is going to be an ongoing series for the next couple of days, is just taking a look at my favorite builds in DRG. And then later we're going to be taking about my least favorite builds. No, these builds aren't bad, they're just my least favorite, because they're still good builds. We've already done the worst builds, which we still need to do more of because I haven't finished that entirely. So, yeah, we're going to be doing this. And Engineer was kind of a conundrum because I didn't really know what my favorite things were on Engineer, and maybe putting them together wasn't such a good idea. Like, microconductors I was going to play with, because that's something new and I enjoyed it the first time that I played it. And then I realized, well, Loki Smart OC exists, and I really do enjoy that OC. I played the hell out of Loki. It's already level 8. You know, level 8 isn't really big of a deal, but to me, I haven't really been playing DRG that much until, you know, the firing from Walmart thing. So, yeah, and then I remembered that pump action exists. And pump action is just the overclock that I enjoy the most on NG. So, we're playing with pump action with the usual build that I do for it. And then the secondary was also an issue, because I've already done the Fat Boy, because I enjoy Fat Boy quite a bit. And then I remembered that, and I don't really like Shard. I don't like Shard at all. Like, there's something about it. It's just not very... Who knows, man? It's just not very good in my brain. And then I remembered Spinning Death exists, and Spinning Death is just my favorite secondary on NG, because it is absolutely nutty, and I played with it a lot before it got buffed, and then it got buffed, it got like 3 more ammo for some reason, and now it's absolutely nutty, so that's something to talk about. And I was going to take Shred Storm Grenades, because there is very little NG builds that don't take Shred Storm Grenades, and in my opinion, Shred Storm Grenades are the most consistent grenade in the game. You just toss them out, and if you toss them out where there's some amount of bugs on the map, you're getting full value from it, because they're most likely going to die from attacking. And they do 12 attacks each, and then they go away. Or they last for 45 seconds, and then they go away. And if they last for 45 seconds, you didn't get value out of it. But oh well. It is. But still, it's the most consistent grenade in the game. You can't miss. You literally toss it at your feet, and it does its job. You toss it 45 meters that way, it does its job, because it comes back to you. Anyway, that's the build that we're going to be doing with, and funny enough, this is the second recording of this, and by the second recording, I mean the first recording, because I wasn't recording on the first time. So I'm going to hit this nice little randomize button. I never touch this, because usually it takes me to a lowest length. Hey, that's something. Is that going to be fun? It's Glyphid eggs. I don't... You know, I'm going to hit this button again because I don't want to deal with Glyphid eggs, and I don't want to deal with Deep Scan, because I don't like Deep Scan. Why don't I like Deep Scan? Because a lot of the builds that I like enjoy getting in the face of bugs, and there's a problem where you're staring up at them. You know, they're all the freaking way up there. And you're moving down, and they're also moving down. So usually they're at a consistent range from you, and it's only when you stop is when they can actually get to you. So we're going to hit the button again. I don't want to play a point extract. I've already done it for Ignition. Game? Do we play Industrial... You know what? I don't have any problems with Industrial Sabotage. I like Industrial Sabotage, unlike some people. I think it is a fine mission. What change would I do for it? So, the only change that I would have for Industrial Sabotage is make it have a 2-length variant and a 1-length variant, because the base length is 2. So, it just should have... Do not add a third length variant, just don't. So, it should just have a 1-length and a 2-length variant, and the... Conquer Hawks, or no, not Conquer Hoxus. The Spec Ops is always going to be on the 1-1, so there's always going to be a 1-1 sabotage mission on the map. And what does that 1-1 have? Well, it has the same exact layout as Industrial Sabotage, which is the starting cave, you go into the main cave with the caretaker, and then there's usually two branching paths. Sometimes they kind of go together, and then they have a cave, and then they branch off from the cave. But usually, from the main industrial sabotage cave with caretaker, there's two caves that each have the batteries in it. And the one-length version still has these two caves, but one of them has a broken battery in it, and that's it. That's the change. It still has the little line connecting it, but it's just broken. That's it. So you only need to do one Haxi section. Another thing that you could do to make it a little bit different is change the Haxi up. Simply, like, have Haxi do, like, add, like, 3 different Haxis. One is actually at the battery, and you need to, like, complete certain tasks at the battery. Like, I don't know, throwing things at the battery, refilling fuel from Haxi or whatever. And then the other one, more creative people than me can come up with that one. But just protecting Haxi gets boring quickly, and doing it twice per mission is also pretty boring, and I understand people's complaints for that. I enjoy it because I enjoy facing bugs. I enjoy killing bugs. If in Helldivers, I am a certified bug diver because bugs are my favorite faction, and bots are a close one because I get to play with a few builds, and then Illuminat is Illuminat, where I shoot them, and then they twiddle and move, and I start missing because they're twiddling and moving. Kind of like the Warden weak spot. So I guess while we are in this mission and, you know, doing this, I should rehash what I talked about in the recording that you'll never see because I still have armor break. I meant to change that because I saw it last time, and I just didn't. So, what was I talking about last time that you'll never see? Well, I talked about one experience that I had in Texas, because we went down to Texas, and went to my grandfather's estate to go get some things, his house, because he's no longer with us, and my mother is trying to do an estate sale, and we got first pickings out of it for free, which is very nice of her. So, one of the things that happened was that we needed to get a U-Haul. For those of you who are unfamiliar with American culture, a U-Haul is a box truck. That's it. That's all it is. It's just a box truck. So, we needed to go get one, and that was a time and a half to go get one. Let me just tell you, that guy broke my shields. What a fucking time, dude. Oh, thank you. I'm so glad that you could hit the thing that was next to me. Why is there 3 of them? That just, like, bodes well for the Haxi sections of this mission. Excuse me? Do you want... Okay, thank you. I'm stuck! Step bro, help me. So, we needed to go get a box truck, and that was, like, 30 minutes away. And, dude, the time that we could get it... We visited the location 3 different times, and it wasn't fun every single time we went there. So the first time we went, we looked around, there was no box truck available for us, so we walk in and start talking to my mother walks in, let me be very clear, starts talking to the poor and unfortunate woman behind the counter. And instead of saying, oh yeah, I'll check it for you, she said, that's not our problem, because the store, it's a convenience store, which is kind of wild, because usually, so how U-Haul works is that usually they're affiliated with places that have low through traffic. Like, convenience stores have high foot traffic, because people are coming in all the time to go buy whatever random garbage that they want. And so usually it's like repair shops, body shops, those type of things, or auto stores, just those type of things. So, you know, there's not a lot of people coming in and out. Or when they do have people coming in and out, actually, Bosco, can you come here? Because I don't want to deal with the shredders all by myself. I can't see the shredder because it's Azure wheeled, and Azure Will's Tyrant. Bosco, I need you to do the things that I have requested of you, and that is kill the shredders. I love you, Bosco. So the poor and unfortunate woman immediately says, that's not our problem. And that is the absolute wrongest thing that you can say to somebody who will want to call your manager. Because that's an immediate attitude, and my mother immediately pops an attitude as well. So I hate it there. What she should have said was, yeah, let's see what I can do for you, and call U-Haul and whatever. Because it is because your store is affiliated with U-Haul, it is now your problem to deal with U-Haul customers, and just because you're not the boss doesn't mean that you can say that. Alright, I'm sorry about that, but that is the truth of the matter. The second thing is, just call U-Haul. Who cares? And then the third thing is that it's my mother, and she will absolutely start yelling at you. So, yeah, that was an experience in a half. So we came there, she basically said that, no, there's no U-Haul here, suck it up. Alright, well, we call U-Haul yourself, forehead. So we do that. U-Haul has said that, the time that this truck is going to be here has been moved to a different place. Okay, sure, we can accept that you have moved the locations of the U-Haul to somewhere else. Or, the time of the U-Haul or whatever have you. So we wait a day, we come back, the U-Haul's still not there. Go in, talk to the person proceeds to say, hey, get the fuck out of my store, essentially, and it's not her store. And then we call U-Haul, they have rescheduled it for later in that day. So we go in later that day, the box truck is there, and then we spend a fucking hour with the woman behind the counter on the phone, doing whatever the hell she's doing, because I can't, she's mumbling to herself and speaking whatever the hell that she wants to herself. And I'm just wandering around the store for basically an hour, wondering what the hell is taking so long. And then eventually they ask for another contact, because how U-Haul works is if you don't turn... Thank you, Angelic Cave Angel. If you... Mobila Cave Angel, not Angelic Cave Angel, Mobila. So if you don't turn in the truck, they call the person that's on the contact list, and be like, hey, where's this person? We need the truck from them, because, it's our freaking truck, dude. So they want another contact, and my mother just absolutely refuses to want that. So it takes another 20 minutes to convince her to put another contact on there for some reason. And then we finally get the truck. It's a great time. Hey, we can finally load up the U-Haul with stuff, and we're gonna be cruising the next day. So, we get into the truck, the relationship is driving, my mother is driving a Prius to get home, and we are following her. And, well, I don't like following my mother, because my mother chronically has a lead foot and likes to tailgate badly. Okay, hello everybody, eat that. But yeah, she likes to tailgate people, and you know what, that's fine. You can tailgate if you want, and you can, speed if you want, just, do it away from me. But there is a problem. At one of the lights, it is currently green on our side, but it is a red for the traffic going across the road. So a person in a Penske box truck proceeds to do a right on red. Now, for my people who happen to be driving on the wrong side of the road, I don't know if you guys can do left on red, because that would make sense in my brain, because, right on red exists in my country. But I don't know if the left-handed lanes have that. And that just means if it is... So, you have to stop at the light. And then, if it is safe for you to do so, you can make your right turn on red. But you have to stop and you have to check. The problem is the Penske truck didn't check, and there is currently a truck, not a Penske box truck or anything, like a, you know, a normal pickup truck, in front of my mother that she is tailgating. And the person does a right on red, the Penske truck, and causes the truck in front of my mother to swerve and brake. And I thought, oh, we're going to witness her getting to crash with her brand new car. That would have been funny. It would have been, honestly, because it would have been, like, keeping up with the track record with my mother. But it would have been unfortunate because we would be stuck there for another hour or so. Luckily, that didn't happen. So by some fucking miracle, she missed it, and the truck missed the Penske truck, and it all went fantastically, dude. Can you? No. Okay, you know what? Fuck that Mobile Cave Angel. I didn't. Oh my god, there's 2 menaces. Why is there two menaces? Like, just because I missed one. You don't fucking get away from me, God bless. So yeah, by some miracle, all things were missed by that. And I am thankful to whatever the hell did that. Alright? Do we want to talk about religion in the video? No, not really. I don't want to touch religion with a 10-foot pole because it causes issues with people for whatever reason, even though that my belief is live and let live. If you want to worship God, go right ahead. That is great for you, whatever lets you sleep better at night. I'm happy for you. I don't know what's truly out there, and personally, I don't care what's truly out there, because, you know, I'm gonna live my life and die, alright? But there's people out there who don't want to let live and be like, hey, you should do this, X, Y, and Z, and that's whenever I start having a problem with it. But if you want to do whatever, if you want to worship a giant flying spaghetti monster, then go right the fuck ahead, okay? Like, I don't care. Something's out there, I'm just not too sure what. Alright, that's my beliefs. Because saying that there's nothing out there really is just, like, we are alone in the universe. Even, like, if aliens don't exist and nothing greater above us doesn't exist, that is such a sad thing to think about. We are the only people that we got. We need to love and cherish each other, alright? That's really what I think. But if I just hope to whatever that something is actually out there and, you know, wants to, you know, wants to do whatever, because obviously they might be looking in, but they have no direct influence or whatever you want. So anyway, love your neighbor. The Bible has some very very good lessons, like love your neighbor and, you know, treat others the way that you would want to be treated and all that. What is this video? Why am I talking about religion? Like, what is going on? Some things that you'd never want to, like, talk about on video is religion, politics, and all of that. And all of a sudden, I'm talking about religion because my stance on religion is, like, just love your fucking neighbor, dude. Who cares if they worship God? Who cares if they worship, Allah, I think? And who cares if they worship a giant flying spaghetti monster? As long as they're not an actual piece of shit, just love them, dude. So the other topic that I was talking about during the lost video that will never be seen because it wasn't actually a video, it was just me talking to myself like a freaking freak, is competitive games, because I recently wanted to get back into Rainbow Six Siege. I played a very, very tiny amount of Rainbow Six Siege, like, you know, Axie doesn't take damage from Praetorian gas? That's kind of wild. Why is there a Stingtail? Don't worry, dude, I hate the hallways in Fungal Bogs, and I hate the hallways in Fungal Bogs and Azure Weald because you just can't see anything. Does Haxi regen HP? Because we have the mod that lets us know how much HP Haxi have. Haxi does not regen any HP, and that is just going to absolutely break Haxi, isn't it? Okay, we're going to cast a Spinning Death in the most cursed location, but it is something that happens. Yeah, I wish I got rid of all this. Just, like, start meleeing it. You can get rid of what? Oh my god. Thank you. I'm so glad that I can be shot by it. Get out of here. Okay. Toss that so I don't get attacked. And then we can go get a resupply and then go grab the bot, because essentially I could just do this. There you go. Now I have the bot. I just need to focus up a little bit. So, I wanted to get back into... Horrifying? Okay. I wanted to get back into Rainbow Six Siege for whatever reason, because, you know, I like the idea of Rainbow Six Siege, but there's a problem. It's a competitive game. And I don't necessarily like competitive games. Like, competitive games are alright in my books. There is a few big problems with them, is I play games to entirely relax and just, you know, shoot the shit with apparently the voices inside my head. But competitive games don't let me do that. Yes, I could just, you know, not take it seriously or whatever. But there is a little thing in the back of my mind being like, you need to do the best that you can, dude. You need to be the best. Because I am competitive. I am just competitive. And I don't like that about myself. Because it means I'm not having fun if I'm losing. Because if I die, I'm not playing the video game anymore. Yes, I can still make call-outs and, you know, whatever, but most of the time I'm just going to be there, not saying anything and not talking. And that is my biggest problem with Rainbow Six Siege, is that there's a failure for dying. There is a punishment for dying, which is the wildest thing I can say. Dude, you just pulled a person who had armor break towards you. Get absolutely fucking dumpstered. Come back here. He's dead. I don't need to insult him any longer. So, that's my biggest problem with competitive games, is that they're just not fun. If I am losing, I am not really having fun. Yes, you could just try, like, it pushes you, if you are losing, it pushes you to your limit, dude. And to that I say, like, I could always have fun in a PvE game. Even if I lose, it's still, like, kind of fun because it's not against other people and I'm not competitive anymore. Because I am versus something that is not an actual person. I don't know, man. It's a time. I don't like PvP games. I understand that some people like them because they're competitive or whatever the hell have you. Or, you know, they just get absolute... Maybe the absolute solution to it is become an alcoholic. Anytime I play Rainbow Six Siege, just start drinking, alright? Just absolutely hit the bottle, spend a bunch of money on the bottle, and just not give a shit because you're drunk all the time. Note, don't actually do that. Like, it might be fun for one session or 2 sessions, but if you start doing it consistently, it's bad for your health, dude. Don't do that. Can Bosco dumpster a Stingtail before it gets to me? That is the magic number here, dude. I'm so glad that exploders exist on this mission, so it immediately nerfs lures. That's okay. So you said, like, lures cannot be the most consistent grenade in the game. I know that I said Shredstorm grenades are the most consistent. Lures are also very consistent. The problem is that exploders exist, so if a single exploder gets onto your lure, it basically halves the HP of your lure, because, yes, lures have HP, you can see it whenever it changes color. it basically halves your HP, and if 2 of exploders get onto your lure, it just deletes your lure. And most likely, there's going to be two exploders on that. Now, I've been super lucky in the fact that there hasn't been an absolute blasting of my lure so far. There's also a problem with Rainbow Six Siege at the moment where there's a bunch of cheaters in the game because they recently did like Siege X or whatever, and the anti-cheat update didn't do anything. So, you know, there's like a billion cheaters on that, which is a problem for all competitive video games because so cheating in competitive video games, it's much blah, 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 blah. I'm fucking slurring my words for some reason. Probably because I am trying to talk quickly or whatever. I'm trying to talk more and more quickly than what I usually do, which is very little, because I've had to do 2 videos so far. Actually, I've done 3, technically, during this session, because I also did another video. So, what was I talking about? Yeah, competitive games have a bigger issue with cheating than PvE games. Yes, PvE games can still have that big issue, but it's less of an issue because usually PvE games are single player, or if you recognize somebody is cheating, just like leave. Or if they like somehow fuck up your XP, you can potentially restore your save and back it up or whatever. Wow, that's big damage. Man, do I hate Stingtails and their inconsistent damage. Because they use physics. Like, I love Stingtails to death, alright? Stingtails are, in my opinion, a fantastic enemy because they make you think about the terrain whenever you get pulled, alright? I just hate the fact that they use fall damage, alright? That's my entire problem with them. But cheating in competitive games affects not only you, it affects the enemy team and your allies, because eventually their MMR is just going to be reverted if they have a good system, which I'm not saying that all PvP games have a good system for MMR or ranked or whatever, which is... Being a competitive person, I dislike the idea that rank exists in most PvP games, like putting your skill against the other people. I think if I were to play Rainbow Six Siege a lot, I think my main thing would be standard or just the events, and that's what I would play with most of the time. So, out of the PvP games that I keep track of, I basically only keep track of Rainbow Six Siege, and that's it. Where am I going? Where is this hole? I do not keep track of League of Legends or all of those. Valorant. I think Valorant's another one. I definitely know Valorant's another one because Valorant is a mix between CSGO. It's not CSGO anymore. I keep track of CS a little bit because the relationship plays CS a lot. Like, you know, a lot. And Valorant is a mix between Overwatch and CS in the fact that all operators, or what do they call their people? I assume they either call them operators or they just exist. Oh, Spinning Death. Look at how much damage Spinning Death. You know what? Fuck you. I'm Haxy. I wish I could melee you. Oh, God. Yeah, you know, it's kind of a thing whenever Exploder gets onto you, because Exploders exist on this mission, and immediately make it, you know, ×2 as hard. Yeah, pull the person with armor break to you. Absolutely get... How much damage does a slasher... How much HP does Haxy have? I assume it has 100? Or maybe 50? Well, we can find out. How much damage does that do? Who knows? Who could ever tell? Having the Haxy health bar really does make a difference in my thought process, because I immediately look at the Haxy bar, because it is one of the most important bars during this time. and you just, I guess I'm just tossing this. Is that doing stuff? Maybe? Maybe I should toss a lure as well, since I can't really deal with it. So those do 10 damage each. I think Haxie has 100 HP. I could be wrong, but I think Haxie does have 100 HP. Haxie is just dead again. You know what? Just cast this on Hack. I love how I call using Spinning Death is called casting. Like I'm a freaking mage in D&D. Fuck. Like I'm a mage in D&D. Which, if I'm casting... You know, if there was a spell called Spinning Death, I would absolutely use it. And if it didn't do anything, if it was like a first level spell, I still would use it. It's Spinning Death, dude. You just have to use it. I used to dislike my voice, because I always thought my voice... I think I should have a deeper voice or whatever the hell. And then I realized that I can't change that. I could possibly take... I could possibly change the way that I speak, which is not from the throat, but it's from the mouth or whatever the hell. I could possibly change it. But, you know, the best thinking that I've always had is, like, I can't change it, so I should just love myself as who I am. And that is a lesson that I've been loving since I thought about it eventually. Where are we going? Where is the hole that I need to go through? I dug a hole. Oh, there it is. It's just concealed because it's awful. And now I'm here when all three patrol bots are here. Fantastic. I'm so glad that I can be a part of this. There's also a wave coming in for me. I would like to point that out, that I just heard the digging sounds. Or at least I think I heard the digging sounds. Could the menace, like, go away? There's a second menace. I just heard the second menace. Go away. Nobody loves you. Alright, so we're finally at Caretaker, actually. And what will I say about this build during Caretaker? I think it is going to be absolutely horrible, because I have to stand here to get to the vents with pump action. I guess I could stand a little bit farther away. I wonder how pump action is with choke. It probably isn't very good, because it's not ammo, it's not damage. Dude, I don't understand why they put choke in a tier with pellets and ammo, because both of those increase your total damage. Which, yeah, okay, listen, total damage doesn't matter. I wonder, can I hit this? Oh my god, look at that HP go down. I can hit that. Does it matter? Probably not. But, total damage, yes, I understand doesn't matter, but increasing it in two ways does. I know choke might encourage one-shot consistency and making sure that your damage per shell is increased, but you can also just spend a second shell, or just take more pellets to deal with that. Like, why would you ever take choke? Yes, you could... Why didn't I kill him? Did he take any damage? He did. He must have taken, like, damage fall off or whatever. He has to die to that, right? Dude, this... I don't have enough ammo to spend... I guess I just keep reloading this. Doesn't really matter. So, yeah, why would you ever take choke? I don't know. It's probably a fun on magnetic pellet alignment just to have a little tiny spread bubble, because magnetic pellet alignment already lowers your spread. Excuse me. Oh, he's dead. Hey, look. Excuse me. I'm going to go do something real quick. So, speaking about the competitive games, I wonder how many cheaters CSGO has. Just... It's... Who knows? So, Caretaker is my favorite boss fight in the video game. The problem that most people have with it is that there's a bunch of immune phases, but in most immune phases, I'm still moving around and doing something. Like, the Dreadnoughts exist, alright? They do exist. Can we get rid of this guy? Where is he? There he is. Oh, God. Yeah, I need to not be here. Oh, my God. Ooh. Alright. You know, the sniper turrets doing sniper turrets things because I can't deal with them quickly enough. And I can't deal with the vents quickly enough. Because it's almost like I have a shot. Oh, my God. Okay, well, that's not good. Just go for this? Just go for it? Yeah, we're good. Okay, so this is the safe area? Oh, we don't have my turrets. You know, it's probably a good idea to put your turrets down. I kind of completely forgot about them. Hey, I wonder if they go after the... Do they go after the lures? Or are they completely immune? No, they do absolutely go after the lures. You can see that. But I should have put down my turrets immediately, and I kind of completely forgot that they existed, because it's almost like it's the caretaker fight. So I guess I just fight on this hill here, and just hope to all that is holy that I can deal with it before it sends out more snipers. Man, this caretaker fight is not fun. Maybe I should have chosen a different mission, but the missions themselves... Like, I don't have any assignment, so my initial feeling of all missions are they are almost exactly the same in my eyes. They don't really... He hit me, huh? Luckily he gave me 5 HP, dude. That was such a massive boon. Don't stab me. Thank you. People have trouble dodging that attack, because the attack definitely... So, they have trouble dodging the attack because they don't realize it's coming, but it has a very distinctive noise. Maybe they just don't hear the noise? Or maybe they're listening to, like, loud music or whatever. Listen, I tried listening to loud music while playing DRG, but unfortunately DRG is just one of those games that requires a bunch of, you know, sound cues, like grabbers, leeches, all of the very important bugs that you should be able to kill immediately upon seeing them or upon hearing them. Pretty much every important bug in the game has a specific noise associated with it. The only one that is questionable is the Stalker, surprisingly enough, because some of the time it just doesn't do its fucking sound cue. Why? I don't know why. We're gonna toss those two out and then go get a resupply. Oh, it still has the sniper turrets. Funny enough, I don't have to deal with the sniper turret anymore. Thank you, the caretaker, for being an asshole. So glad that you could have phase bombs. Phase bombs is my least favorite section of caretaker, because what I think should happen whenever phase bomb phase goes off is that it is able to be damaged. That's the biggest problem with it. If it does phase bombs, it just can't be damaged until after the first round of phase bombs goes off. Yes, while opening its little freaking things, it doesn't have to be damaged, but whenever it starts setting down the bombs is the big one. So I think the rest of this caretaker is just going to be super easy, so we might skip to the end, dude. Oh my god. Because did I run out of things to talk about? Probably not. I probably have more things to talk about, it's just that, I don't really want to talk more. I am starting to understand why half the streamers, so occasionally I want to walk into a DRG streamer that's just, like, low level and see what the hell they're doing, because Greenbeards are so fascinating to me in this game, because their brains work on a different level than mine, because mine is so superior that it doesn't even comprehend what the hell you're trying to do. No, they just have very creative solutions to some things, but there is half the time I walk into a stream, the person is completely silent, like, if they have a webcam, their face is just deadpan, dude. I don't like that. I've subscribed to the belief of dead air is bad, which is why in most of my videos, and the only time that I do dead air is whenever I'm disappointed in myself. I, like, get hit by a web spinner, or just something stupid happens that I didn't think should happen. Getting hit by a web spinner, getting hit by an acid spitter. Something just dumb hits me, alright? That's usually whenever I'm completely silent. But half the time I just walk into a stream, get an ad, because it's Twitch, and then I arrive at the stream and it's just the person's deadpan, because they have a face cam for whatever reason. You don't need a face cam, but you know what? To each their own. And they are... Yeah, that was bullshit. And that's one of the reasons why I switched to YouTube, is because people didn't walk into the stream on Twitch, because there's a bunch of reasons why. There is no way to disable ads on your channel on Twitch. And there should 100% be. Because if you're a small-time streamer, yes, okay. How Twitch works is based on viewership. The more views that you have, the higher up your stream will be, okay? Very simple. So, if you don't have a lot of views, your stream is just going to be lower on the list than everybody else. Okay, completely fine. Who cares about that? There is a second thing is, the people that have more viewership tend to be more fun, because the viewership is talking with each other. You know, you walk into the stream and already there's people chatting. And you might not be able to hear the streamer himself, or herself, but you can still chat with the other people while you're here. The main thing about being a small time is people walk into your chat, there's nobody talking currently, and there's an ad playing, so you're just going to walk away from that. And then once you do get to the stream, people aren't chatting with the streamer, so the streamer's probably silent unless they're freaking weird like me and just start talking. Because there is a slight difference between me streaming, because I do stream occasionally. There's a slight difference between me streaming the video game and me doing a live commentary. Or, excuse me, not live commentary, recorded commentary, because I try to talk about whatever the hell comes up to my mind, because I just said, hey, I think we're going to skip the rest of this video, and then I thought of a topic to talk about, and now we spent a little bit of extra time in that mission because I wanted to get through that thought process. There's very little difference between that. Do I think I'm better than them? Oh, do I have an ego upon me? Yes, I think I'm better than them. Oh, Lord. Maybe I have a problem. In any case, I had fun with this video. I got to just shoot the shit the entire time and not think about the video, so that already makes it a great build, in my opinion. In any case, you all have a wonderful night.